So how do we know when we don't love ourselves? In this video, we're going to be talking about typical behaviors or thoughts that we carry through when we don't love ourselves enough. But first of all, I want to apologize for not being on my YouTube channel for the last week. I have just been totally exhausted because maybe I wasn't loving myself either. So I'm back. So let's continue. So how do you know when you don't love yourself? Well, you overwork and you just don't stop. Hi, my name is Tania Sutherland, and with over 36 years of being a fashion designer and a business owner, it's working with and serving thousands of women, totally understanding their insecurities, their lack of self-confidence and low self-image, even though on the outer they are professional, they look beautiful, but they have so many insecurities. And when I was running my fashion business and my boutique and my salons and my beauty salons and my wellness center, I did a lot of confidence speaking, a lot of confidence talks and self-image to uplift the woman, to empower them. So everything I talk about in all the courses that I have is about self-empowerment. I still do my designing. I have my digital patterns on my website. I'll leave the link down below if you want to create your own wardrobe. But today it's about self-empowerment. You just think that enough is never enough. You actually beat yourself up from past failings, and you think you have no gifts and no talents, and you play it down completely. I'm going to give you an example. Just on Sunday, I went to go watch amazing singer Tania singing at this beautiful restaurant, and her voice was absolutely amazing. So I've met her in my yoga class. So in yoga, she's this quiet little mouse. She doesn't say a word. I never knew that she was a cabaret singer and could sing in so many different languages, and that she was so talented. And when I saw her on stage, I could not believe that was the same person. So when we asked her about why doesn't she tell more people about who she is and actually let them know about her talents, and she immediately said that, that I'm going to be too boastful. I could see she doesn't love herself enough. So that definitely, it's self-critical, and you're only seeing the flaws, and you actually feel that you're not worthy of actually mentioning the beautiful talents and abilities that you do have. And lack of self-confidence, that's another one, where you're not going to try new things, take risks. You're just going to stay in your comfort zones, just existing or just going to nowheresville. Let's look at typical scenarios of in relationships. You might just be very, very needy. You might be in relationships that are chaotic, toxic, and very dramatic. And you might create that drama because you're used to it, or you're just finding that dramatic type of partnership. Poor communication. You can't really communicate what you're saying and how you are feeling. Absolute perfectionism, and you know what that means. You tend to avoid finishing something because you just feel it's got to be absolutely perfect, and therefore you also think that you're not perfect enough, so you never really get anything done. A lack of assertiveness, hypervigilance, and like wearing a mask, pretending everything is fine, but it's not. Anxiety, worry, intrusive thoughts where you're so busy in the mind. If you want your outer world to change, you definitely have to step into shifting your inner world. How do we go about that? The first thing would be is to become self-aware. Once you are self-aware of your feelings, the way that you see things, why are you feeling this certain way? You need to start reflecting, that self-reflection, and ask yourself, why do I have this fear? Without trying to find excuses to justify why you have this fear, ask yourself, is it a failure? Is it something that you've been through so you feel now that you are not good enough to even try again? Instead of saying, you know what, I may have failed. That might be a fear on me having self-doubt. But let me shift that into saying, I've got all that experience. So yes, I made a total stuff up, but now I have experience. I know better. Let me try doing it this way. And every day, just trying to do something small little steps. Stop comparing yourself with others and stop listening to everyone else's opinions. And trust yourself. Believe that you can make the right decisions for yourself. A lot of us think that we cannot trust ourselves because we've made some pretty bad decisions in our past lives. Allow yourself to make mistakes and forgive yourself and forgive the others and let go. Let go of those fears, those doubts, and it's also okay to let go of toxic people. On that note, you might be toxic as well because of your behavior, your fears, your anxiety, being all over the place and becoming all needy. So look at yourself and say, how can I shift and change myself on small little daily steps? The first most amazing way to do is, and neuroscience proves this, is affirmations. Tell yourself how amazing you are. And remind yourself of all the things that you do that you are good at and do more of that. Spend some time in nature. Find a hobby that stimulates your creativity. Because when you are trying new skills or you're trying a new hobby and you are learning a new skill, that already uplifts your abilities, knowing that you can do so much more. It uplifts your self-confidence as well as your self-esteem. So try that. It's all about you empowering yourself. Read some self-help books. Do whatever it takes. Invest in yourself. Fall in love with yourself. You deserve it. I'm sure you may have experienced where people say to you that you're always down or you're always complaining or you're always so needy, etc. But you haven't actually noticed this. So here is an app that you can go on to. It's called eMoods app. I'll leave the link down below. You can basically monitor your daily moods. Even the weather, because you know how weather can affect the temperature, the weather can also affect our moods. Our sleeping patterns, unhealthy sleeping patterns, or sleeping too much or sleeping too little can also affect our well-being. So on this app, it tracks all those things for you. And you can maybe take some time at the end of every week and have a look at your progress and see, have you improved your very depressed, very low moods? Have they shifted just to be mild and not all over the place anymore? So now you're becoming aware of your moods because you've actually got a tracking device helping you to become aware of your moods. And if you can change those moods, because you know when you're feeling emotionally down, your energy level completely just goes down with it. And you need to spiral that upwards by changing the way that you feel. And ask yourself, what am I grateful for? Write it down every day. Start writing 3 things you got gratitude for, 3 things that you absolutely love about yourself, and forgive anyone or yourself to help get rid of anything that you're holding onto. And of course, kick off those shoes and go and walk on the lawn and ground yourself with Mother Nature and find some time to do yoga. Until the next video.